We know that children that have experienced a lot of things going wrong in their lives have special needs that normal children don't tend to have. For instance, if they've experienced adversity at home from an early age, it may be that they don't feel safe. Many children in our child protection system, for example, are there because of harm that has happened to them. After a little while, they don't feel safe at home, they don't feel safe anywhere. So feeling safe is one of the key things that they need, and it's one of the things we need to address with these young people. So when we talk about the three pillars of intervention and support, the first pillar is the need for this child to feel safe and what we can do to help them feel safe. The second need for a child who's experienced a lot of adversity is the need for connections. Many of these kids feel disconnected, especially from caregivers and other adults, but they also feel disconnected sometimes from their peers, from their schools, from their faith communities. And they have this deep sense of not belonging. So the second pillar of intervention is to focus on helping this kid reconnect with people, to learn to trust people again, but also to reconnect with the normal community. All the things in community that children need to be part of. We're talking here about sporting groups. We're talking about school activities. We're talking about youth groups. We're talking sometimes about theatre groups, about activity groups. There's all sorts of activities in the community that is shared by all kids, and when kids do this, they can feel like they're part of that broader community. The third pillar has to do with the third need. Many kids who have experienced severe forms of adversity have a lot of emotional difficulties they have to struggle with. Some of them have impulses that they struggle to contain. Some of them have thoughts and feelings that distress them. These are the impacts of traumatic and adverse experiences. Sometimes, when children don't get help, they turn to coping strategies like using substances, running away, harming themselves, sometimes aggression. Many times these are attempts to manage the impacts of these adverse experiences. What we need to do, the third pillar of intervention, is to help these children find healthy ways of managing the impacts of all the things that have happened to them. Healthy ways of managing difficult emotions, for example. Healthy ways of managing intrusive thoughts, sensations that upset them, nightmares, for instance. So the three pillars essentially have to do with helping a child feel safe, helping the child feel connected with adults, but also with peers and with the normal community. And the third pillar is helping the child find healthy ways and adaptive ways of coping with the impacts of trauma.